guys, this is Rachel here again. You can't see my face right now because I have the camera propped up in a very precarious position here. So I'm going to get started with some of the techniques that you're going to need to get started with your first chain stitch and slip knot. These are my different hooks here. I'm going to show you on each one of the hooks. Well, let me get started by saying these hooks right here with the silicone handles, they come from Amazon. You don't have to get that kind. There are just a million and one different kinds of hooks you can get if you order on Amazon or just Walmart or anything. These just feel really good in your hands. They all have different kind of handles. You just get what you think is cool or what might work for you. But each and every hook, I'm going to show you this one right here. It's going to say, this is super hard to read, I know you probably can't even see it, but I promise they each have the hook size on it. This is 5 millimeter. And if you take a ball of yarn, when it comes from the store, the label on the yarn, if you turn it around, this is 100% cotton yarn. If you turn it around, you're going to see these charts on the back. Some represent the gauge, some represent what kind of yarn it is. And if you look right there, there's a pair, that little X, that's a pair of knitting needles. So if you were knitting with this yarn, it says you would need a size 4.5 millimeter. This one you see has a crochet hook. This one is calling for a 5 millimeter hook. So I'm going to find a 5 millimeter hook, which is this one. So let me clear up these other hooks out of the way. And I'm going to show you how to get started with your basic slip knot. This is just a basic green yarn that I've bought from Walmart. What you're going to do to get started, we're going to pull out a tail. The yarn that hangs down is called the tail. You want to leave yourself a tail on all of your projects, maybe about 4 to 5 or 6 inches. You have to weave this little tail in at the end, or else your entire project could come unwound, and you don't want that. So we will go over that in a later video. To get started, to get your yarn attached to your hook, you're going to do a basic slip knot. There are many different techniques to do this. Some look really complicated, but I have found the easiest thing for me to do. I hold the yarn with both hands, okay? I take the yarn and I make it go over itself. So I just made this loop, okay? So I made it go over itself. And then I just pick up the loop and I bring it down over the tail piece. See, this is the tail piece. So all I do is make a loop and I bring it down over the tail piece. I take my 2 fingers, I grab the tail, and I grab the tail and working yarn with this hand. Okay, so let's do that again. I made that loop. I bring the loop down over the tail. I'm going to take these 2 fingers and reach down and grab the tail through the loop. Okay? Then I'm going to pull the tail and the working yarn. The working yarn is the bulk of the yarn. I'm going to pull it down. And I made this loop here. You see that? I'm going to do that one more time because we learn by repetition, right? Okay. The tail. I take the yarn and I bring it down over the tail. Okay? I take the loop, I bring it down over that tail piece, I reach between the loop, I grab the other yarn with these 2 fingers, and I pick it up and tighten it like this. And now we have that. It's a very easy concept just to make a loop. I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to insert it inside of that loop. And then I'm just going to tighten the loop onto the hook. And that is your basic slip knot. That's how you get started with crochet. With every one of your projects, you have to start with the slip knot. So once you have the slip knot, we've got the tail piece hanging here and we've got the long working yarn. I think I'm going to actually stop here. That seems like the most simple concept ever. But I want to talk about the yarn tension and how to hold your yarn in the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next video.